Bike link not proven. Secret meetings unsubstantiated. Court flags gaps in Malegaon blast probe. After nearly 17 years of trial, a special NIA court in Mumbai on Thursday acquitted all 7 accused in the 2008 Malegaon blast case, including BJP MP Pragya Singh Thakur and LTCOL Prasad Purohit, citing lack of evidence, procedural lapses, and a botched investigation. The verdict brings to a close one of India's most politically sensitive terror cases. NAN delivering its 1,000-page judgment, the court observed terrorism has no religion, but conviction cannot be based on moral grounds. NAN at the heart of the prosecution's case was a motorcycle allegedly used to plant the bomb. But the court ruled that it could not be proven that the explosion was triggered using the said bike, or even that the vehicle belonged to Sadhvi Pragya. The chassis number was missing, no fingerprints were recovered, and forensic evidence remained inconclusive. Any visual similarity with Thakur's motorcycle, the court said, was not enough to establish ownership. NAN the court also flagged serious flaws in the crime scene documentation. No sketch of the blast site was prepared, and no fingerprint, dump data, or residue analysis was conducted. These lapses, the bench held, compromised the evidentiary value of the most central object in the case. NAN the court concluded that the bike's role, projected as the smoking gun, failed to withstand legal scrutiny. NAN and the court found no evidence that LTCOL Prasad Purohit ever stored RDX at his residence or was in possession of explosives. In fact, the bench noted that the prosecution failed to place any credible material linking Purohit to handling or procuring RDX. This struck at the very core of the case, which was built on the assumption of a planned terror act involving military-grade explosives. NAN and a key element of the terror conspiracy theory was the alleged series of secret meetings to plan the blast. But the court said this claim could not be substantiated. Moreover, the voice sampling test, which the prosecution leaned on to support the conspiracy angle, was found to be procedurally flawed and not conducted as per legal norms. NAN and the court also dismissed the charge that the accused had donated funds to the Hindu nationalist outfit Abhinav Bharat and that these funds were channeled into terror activities. It held that no evidence existed to support this claim and that the prosecution failed to provide any documentation or financial trail. The court observed that the case heavily relied on an unproven assumption, that Abhinav Bharat's funds were used for terrorism, without showing how or when this occurred. NAN and the judgment laid out a pattern of investigative failures and legal missteps. NAN and delivering the verdict, the court noted that suspicion alone cannot be the basis for conviction and said the benefit of the doubt must go to the accused. While acknowledging that a blast had indeed taken place and killed 6 people near Bhikkhu Chowk in Malegaon during Ramzan on September 29, 2008, the bench said the prosecution had failed to prove the accused were behind it. NAN and the Maharashtra ATS initially probed the case and arrested Sadhvi Pragya and others in late 2008. In 2011, the investigation was transferred to the National Investigation Agency NIA. The trial formally began in 2018 and stretched over 7 years, during which the accused consistently claimed they were framed. NAN this was also the first terror case in India where the accused were all Hindu and included a sitting army officer and a political figure, making the case deeply controversial and politically charged. NAN several accused, including Pragya and retired army officer Ramesh Upadhyay, have also alleged custodial torture by then ATS officer Paramveer Singh, who has declined to comment on the verdict. Swipe left for next video. NANese while acquitting all 7, the court ordered 2 rupees lakh to be paid to the families of the deceased and 50,000 rupees to the injured. But for survivors and victims' families, the verdict may offer little solace. I was innocent. 17 years of my life have been wasted, said Samir Kulkarni, one of the acquitted, reflecting the bitterness that marked the long trial. Latest blogs.